The 2022 GMC Sierra 2500HD comes in a multitude of configurations. In this particular case, we're talking about the AT4, a truck that with options can run north of $80,000 in price. So what are the pros and cons of this truck? The powerful diesel engine option offers a lot in the area of towing and payload capabilities. The helpful towing camera system and other available in-cabin tech is definitely useful. Up to 15 potential cameras you can use with this truck. And there are a variety of models, including the off-road focused AT4 that we're going to take a quick look at today. And the configurable multi-pro 6-way tailgate adds a lot of options and versatility. But what about the cons? Well, this particular truck does lag behind primary competitors in maximum towing and payload, but to be honest, in the real world situations, that's not that big of a deal, but it is something to consider. Most likely, if you need more than what this truck is capable of, you may need to step up from a 2500 to a 3500. And while the interior definitely gets the job done, there are going to be people out there who are going to say that it's uninspired and outdated. We'll have to see when we see the updates in the future as far as what we saw with the 1500 GMCs earlier this year. And like I said earlier, it can get rather pricey with options depending on what you add. But let's face the facts. Obviously, GMC is selling a lot of these trucks, and it is a great looking truck with an aggressive style overall. Looking from the front end, the hood scoop that is definitely active, that's not just cosmetic. You have the blacked out grille, got a front camera up there as well, and those red tow hooks and lighting. LED everywhere you look. The LED fog lights, the LED daytime running lights, and the triple beam LED headlights. And you also have more lighting than just that. You've got the lights within those towing mirrors that, by the way, do extend out. You can also push a button and fold those in to save space, maybe to fit into some tighter spaces, or whatever the case is, depending on where you are. There's also lighting on the rear of the truck as well. And under the hood is the 6.6 liter V8 diesel engine, 445 horsepower and 910 pounds-feet of torque, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and obviously it is off-road capable. It's four-wheel drive. And when it comes to the rear area, let's talk a little bit about that 6-way tailgate. Unfortunately, I can't demonstrate all of it today, but obviously there are a lot of capabilities you have here with the multi-use tailgate in the respect of you can fold it down to use as a conventional tailgate. You can also use it as a place to put your smartphone for a meeting, with video or whatever you're doing. You can have lunch there. It kind of works as a picnic table of sorts. It can also be used as a step to get into that bed because this truck is rather high off the ground. And what about the main thing you want to know back here? Towing and payload. 18,500 pounds max towing, and payload is 3,798 to 3,900 pounds. And like I said, if that's not enough for you, you may need to step up to a dually, just something to think about. And obviously you're going to have multiple tie downs, 12 total within the bed. The bed liner is there. And when it comes to the interior, it is spacious, a lot of storage capability throughout, plenty of leg room in the rear seat of this truck. So your rear seat passengers will be nice and comfortable. Air conditioning vents and connectivity options back there as well. A lot of cup holders. And obviously it continues over into the front seat with the upper and the lower glove boxes. Nice large door bins. You also have the buttons on the driver's side door to control basically everything within the truck, with one exception: child safety locks. Those are found on the rear doors. I'm showing you where they are right now just so you can see that. And then everything else, pretty easy to figure out. You've got everything there, a ton of information on the dashboard so you can keep up with what's going on with this truck. Your steering wheel mounted controls, a little bit of storage above that infotainment screen in the center, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is there. If you want to pair your smartphone, you can do that. Obviously, it's easy to figure out what's here. This infotainment system, while a lot of people will say it's antiquated in its appearance, it's definitely easy to learn, and that is a benefit no matter what. We'll take a quick look at those multiple views from the multiple cameras. Literally every single angle is covered here, and you can get an additional camera to mount inside of your enclosed trailer or even on the rear of the trailer if you want to. So a lot of great options there. Dual zone climate control, wireless phone charging, more cup holders, tons of storage within that nice large center console. And obviously you're going to say, well, what is this truck like to drive? Well, while the ride is a little bit stiff, especially when you're not towing or hauling a decent amount of weight, this truck is nice to drive, a nice experience, easy to get around with, and with all those cameras around the truck, if somebody's driving a truck this size for the first time and thinking, oh man, I'm afraid I'm going to hit something around me in a parking lot, that's covered with all of those cameras. Other than that, really not much to say here. A great truck, even though it's not the best in class. Does it have to be? Tell me down in the comments what you think. This truck gets down the road with no problem. When you drop the fuel pedal, it gets up and goes. It'll even spin the tires. I did a couple of 0 to 60 shots with it because the owner of this truck asked me to. Yeah, I didn't borrow this one from the dealership, so it does have quite a few miles on it already. And we even towed a trailer with it, and it had absolutely no problem. A fully loaded trailer with a race car inside and all the support equipment that you would need for a race car had absolutely no problem. So tell me down in the comments what you think about the 2022 GMC 2500HD AT4. To learn more about the model in today's video, visit the link in the description for a detailed comparison between trims and pricing for the vehicle we featured or any vehicle you may be interested in. These pages feature information such as our recommended trim level based on price, value, and features. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. We look forward to seeing you next time.